really hot today. Not too hot for some coffee though. I'm already like sweating. See that? It's properly hot today. I got my windows rolled up because I'm trying to do this vlog about how hot it is. Coming up next. Neighborhood has changed so much. I just stopped to do a thumbnail of the LC with the product that I'm going to use, and let me show y'all how hot it is today. This is mild still for Georgia, but it's humid as hell. So it's already 92 degrees and it's 121. So I'm about to go home and wait for it to cool off a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and try out this product. Where I put it? This right here in the car, and see if it works. Hopefully it does, because it's hot, and my wife really wants the AC to work in this car. I mean, I can do without AC, but the wife really wants it. So happy wife, happy life. The sun has gone down, so we are going to start this experiment. We're going to use this gauge, and we're going to use this right here to recharge the AC compressor system, and hopefully everything goes smooth. All right, so first thing we need to do is measure the actual cooling system charge, and to do that we just find the low side AC pressure AC system charging port right here, which you just unscrew like so. And once you get that off, put that somewhere safe. And we're going to crank the car up. We're going to turn the AC system up to full blast, front and rear. And then we're going to attach the little kit, which is right here, to this port. And we're going to see where we are as far as the charge is concerned. All right, so we're going to crank the car up. AC on, recycle, fan high, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. There we go. Now we're going to turn the rear on. So here we are at the rear. We're going to hit high button, auto, and that light works. That light works, but my high button doesn't work. Now we're going to attach this, and then we're going to see where we are on our gauge. There we go. Now if you look, you can see that we are clearly, can you see that clearly? Too reflective. Yeah, there you go. You can see that we are definitely in the low area. So we need to get into the green. One last thing, before we get into that green zone right there, we're gonna see where the temperature exists right now. So we're gonna come over here, and we're gonna take our little handy dandy thermostat, and we're gonna do like so. Put her in there and see what we're getting. Let's see. Right. Let's see if it changes. It's going up if anything. Wow. It was working this morning. Now it's not cooling at all. They also give you these little ones right here, but they come with it. You just might as well. You have like a food style thermometer. I think that would be a little bit better than using these little pieces of paper. All right. So now since that part is done, we're going to go ahead and remove this little plastic tab that's right there. Let's see here. While we're doing that, it says to shake it up. It's not like it's a rattle ball can, so I'm just shaking it. You're gonna remove this plastic tab. Get off of here. Now you're gonna reattach your gauge to the top of the can. Obviously, you don't want to cross thread this or over tighten it because it is plastic after all. All right, so now we are ready to do some charging. Now when we're charging, we're going to be moving it like this and then like this. So 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, until we get this up into the green zone. Now it was at 0, but for some reason it's stuck at 10 now, but whatever. Shows you how accurate this gauge is. And just another temperature check right now. It says 96 degrees coming out of the vents, and it's 93 degrees outside. All right, here comes the charge. See where it is. Now let's go ahead and get to charging, I guess. It says to do this for 10 to 15 seconds and see where you get. Wow, mine shot up. Now it's almost at 20. All right, but now that it is settled, you can see that it's under 30, so we got to keep going. We're gonna wait for the needle to settle, see where we get. All right, the temperature is definitely dropping now. 66 degrees right there, and it is 93 degrees outside still. And it definitely is way colder than I've ever been since I've owned this car. But according to the Land Cruiser forums, I should be at about 35 PSI, between 35 and 40 to be where I'm really supposed to be. So I don't know if I should put a little bit more in, maybe. But it's much, 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 much colder. Alright, so that fan is on, and it's never worked before, which is a good sign. This is right where they said it should be at mud, right between 30 and 40. Kind of almost 35%, not 35%, but 35 PSI, which is where you want that to be. And if you come inside of the Land Cruiser now, yeah, it's cold now, even with the windows wide open. Still 93 degrees outside, and we're at 60 degrees over here, which is pretty darn cold and chilly for me. So I think that it has worked really well, actually. All right, we're at 54 degrees right now, coming out of the vents. Still same, 93 degrees outside. We got this vent and the rear vents blowing. And yeah, it's really cold in here now. So yeah, I think that what I read on mud was right, that you need to be between right at between 30 and 40 PSI, and that sets you right. I'm right there between 30 and 40 PSI on this gauge, and yeah, this thing is blowing ice cold now. All right, final check, 50 degrees. Oh my god, yeah, it's still 93 degrees outside. It's super cold in here now. This thing is blowing at 50 degrees. It's, yeah. Wow. I'm just doing a test drive just to make sure that everything is okay. But yeah, a guy that actually works for a AC company in Atlanta actually suggested that I do this. I was going to go to a professional and have a professional recharge the system, but he was like, no, just go buy a kit. It's real easy. It takes like 5-10 minutes. And sure enough, it only took like, literally would have taken me 5 minutes if I wasn't recording this video. But I'm like super, super impressed. It is cold in here. Like my toes are freezing. Now I have the fan on low, so the CFMs are a lot lower coming through the systems, and you can see that it goes all the way down to 44 degrees if there's not as much circulation going through the system. Still 94 degrees outside. I must say I am like super impressed. I thought this wasn't even gonna work, or not work this good at least. Man, I feel like a jackass. I've been riding around without AC for all this time, and for $50 and 10 minutes of my time, I could have used this little kit right here and I would have had AC. Like, I guess that goes to show what you don't know, you don't know, but dang, like, wow. Now, I guess I should just clarify a couple things here. There are some things that in your situation you want to be sure of before you go and buy one of these things. You want to make sure that your actual AC compressor is working. You want to make sure that you're using R134A and not the older system, R12. But I'm pretty sure most cars on the road these days is going to be using R134A, as you can see right there. And yeah, as long as your AC compressor is working and you're using this right here, you should be able to give yourself a self-charge and get phenomenal results. I was extremely apprehensive about this kit before I tried it, but when the guy that worked for the air conditioning company told me to try it, I was just like, oh, well, all right. I mean, it's only $30 to $50, you know, what's the worst that could happen besides, you know, something that's not working, work less. And surprisingly, it worked really darn good. So, I mean, I gotta say, like, if your AC isn't working, you definitely need to go for this fix. Like, man, I just don't know. Yeah, I'm at a loss of words how good this works. I'm your brother Reza. This is krtlyfe, krtlyfe with the Y. Like, subscribe, comment, and all that. The AC just cut off on that roof over there, and I had a root canal today, so I might be talking kind of funny. But Sister Cat is going to be very happy because now there's going to be AC in the 100 series in both of them. So yeah, that's a win-win.